Hello, Christian metal community. Here we are again today. My name is Jimmy, and we have Jay over here,
Hey, what's
Jazz
going
Core
on, everyone?
Metal.
That's right. That's right.
So
Love
today
y'all.
we are with Divided Me in Texas. How are y'all doing?
Doing great.
That's awesome.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Is that what they say in Texas?
Yes.
Not me, but
Hmm.
So, so where in Texas are y'all? North, south, central?
we are on the very, very top
Okay,
in
Oh,
very
wow.
good.
Amarillo, Texas.
Amarillo. Because I know Texas is a pretty big state, so just trying to get understand where you're at there. We've actually interviewed people all over the world, different bands and stuff, but we've interviewed quite a few bands from Texas. Y'all
Oh,
have
yeah.
a lot going on there. Great scene, huh?
hmm
Proud to be a part of it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time to come on with us.
That's
So,
right.
y'all can answer this in whatever order you'd like, but did you grow up in a religious home?
So you can go
You
ahead.
want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Or if anybody else wants
Ladies first.
to. Yes. I was born into a Christian family and was very fortunate to have parents that raised me up in the church and was able to love Jesus at a really young age. So to answer that
Yeah,
question, yes.
that's
Cool.
awesome. Okay.
Anybody
Does
else?
anybody else want to answer?
Well, I mean, I was raised in a religious household. We were raised Catholic. And I did go to Sunday school. I didn't really start my walk with Jesus until I actually kind of branched out for myself and started to build the relationship myself. I became a youth leader in my church that I kind of started going to,
Hmm.
joined the youth band and all that good stuff. So I did grow up in one. So I mean, it was nice to have a foundation of it.
Absolutely.
Clay?
Hey, my
Is that
turn.
Clay Walker?
Um,
Is that not the
close,
right Clay? Close. Okay.
close. Yeah, I'll bust out my accent here in a minute.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in church. My mom was a children's pastor. All me growing up, so I was kind of immersed in that kind of culture,
Yeah.
Okay.
and have been ever since. So
Very nice.
Absolutely. Well, did you all grow up in a musical home?
I did not. I mean, other than my father and mother loving gospel music and 80s rock was really what I grew up on a lot with my dad. A lot of Mercy Me, a lot of those. Do you remember those like Wow CDs?
Of course.
It was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, like almost every single one I grew up on. So that's the music I grew up with. But no other. I have a brother who's younger than me, and he is like has perfect pitch in his ear.
Nice.
So he can
Yeah.
sit down and play the piano, but he really doesn't do anything musical. So I've been always really jealous of him because I've always wanted that skill.
Sure.
But nobody else really does what I do in my family, so it's pretty unique.
Yo, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Anybody else want to answer that?
No, I'm the only one. I'm the only one in my immediate family and family that I know of that plays any instruments to any sort of degree. And I've got some cousins that kind of mess around with like electronic stuff.
Hmm.
But as
Yeah.
far as like actual like rock, metal bands, whatever, no,
Oh
I'm
wow.
it.
Awesome.
yeah, so my mom is pretty musical, mostly just like vocal stuff.
Okay.
My dad is completely tone deaf. But yeah, I mean, growing up, mostly in my house, we listened to like Southern rock and stuff like that.
That's
Um,
interesting, for sure.
yeah, but I originally went to school for music education.
Hmm.
Wow.
I don't like education at all. So, um, but my
That's an
brother,
honest answer.
but my
Right.
brother also did, and he is a band director in like the Fort Worth
Okay.
area. And so, yeah, we're the two musical ones of the family. So,
Oh,
Nice.
that's pretty cool. Deanne, that's it's so interesting you mentioned WoW. I remember. So did you all have WoW gospel CDs also? The WoW gospel series?
I probably any gospel that or any Wow albums that came out, we had it. So
Oh well. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I have perfect pitch also, by the way, so that's always fun.
ah, lucky
It's
birds.
it's it's a curse sometimes, trust me. I hear everything, too much of everything. It's really weird. So anyway,
So I was just curious, and I looked up, and they are still releasing those CDs. Wow,
wow,
Oh, that's
Christian Hit
awesome.
2026.
that's crazy.
I would have never thought.
Well, you all be featured on the next one. Wow, metal. How about
Yeah.
that?
Well, it says that one of them, or at least the newest one, has Demon Hunter on it. That's
Well, I
pretty,
guess there's
That's
that.
cool.
huh?
Look at that.
It's gotta be a ballad.
That's pretty cool.
I remind. Oh yeah, what was the other? Punk Goes Pop.
Yes,
And
I
Pop
Yeah.
remember
Goes Punk, and oh man, that was such a big hit. All those
that.
albums for a while.
Oh yeah.
Uh, that's cool. So, tell us kind of what's your, I guess you want to call it musical history. You're growing up, you're listening to 80s rock or whatever, Southern rock and all this. How do you get into the harder stuff and the metal as you get older and, come out of high school and everything?
Yeah, so for me, kind of already said like what I grew up with, and then probably in around the middle school area for me is actually funny enough. Amber Lynn was actually one of my top bands that like
Right.
I was like,
Yeah.
what is this? This is different.
What
There's,
is-
the lot going on at the same time. And so it actually like allowed me to be inspired. Because in high school I was in a worship band and like a high school band as well, like a Christian band, not metal band, just a Christian band. And it really wasn't until like my high school, I can thank my brother-in-law of all people, but I've known him forever. But he introduced me to at the time when Devil Wears Prada was like really big in the Christian
Yeah.
scene, and Under Oath was big in the Christian scene. But Demon Hunter and Red and really I
Yeah.
think the number one like band that inspired me the most to really go into like the scene that we're in now is Memphis Mayfire. Like
Okay.
I really love Memphis Mayfire. And so
I just
yeah,
saw
for like them.
Amberlyn and Maddie is singing with them. So how cool is that?
I know.
Right.
It's like really
Have
cool.
you ever have you got to see them in concert?
I have, yes.
Okay.
So I've seen
Yeah.
them, the original Emberlyn, and then I've
Uh,
seen, of course, Memphis Mayfire like a ton. And then I actually got to see Maddie perform with Amberlyn
that's
in
cool.
Lubbock, and I was like,
I,
this is the best ever. I never thought in a
yeah.
million years that I would see that.
I wish I could have seen the original lineup of Amberlyn, but that was my first time, and he was with them. But he did a great job. I mean, it
Yeah.
was good. I saw him with Emery, and
Oh
it
yeah.
was
Yeah.
it was yeah, last tour they did. That was really good.
But yeah, that's really me in a nutshell. I just grew up a lot of like Devil Wears Prada, Demon Hunter, Red, Under Oath. I'm trying to think if there was like any others. Like funny enough, maybe Creed would have been
Yeah.
one. You know?
Oh, that's cool. No,
Absolutely.
but I love to hear like the gateway band into the harder stuff.
Yeah.
And for you, with Amberlyn, a lot of people we interview on here is Kiss or Metallica, right, Jay? I guess that's
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
kind of the
absolutely.
two.
Those are the two, the top two
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah. So awesome. All right.
You know?
Anybody else want to answer that one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Because I mean, I never thought that I would be playing in bands, let alone drums. I
Sure.
always thought I was going to be a bassist. I thought I was going to be in Clay's seat for a long time.
Yeah.
But no, the thing that got me into it. So for me, the first metal anything that I got into that I bought with my own money, and I remember this to this day, was a little band. They're called Shadows Fall.
Yeah,
Not-
Okay.
love Shadowfall, yo.
oh, they're
Nice.
so good, and still to this day. And now they're back, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But that was the first metal album that I bought. That was like, okay, well, this is different. This is a genre. This is like metal, because back then everyone was into the Metallica. Everyone was into
Mhm.
this, listening to System of a Down or Slipknot or whatever.
Sure.
But I kind of went that route, but I kind of went my own way as far as discovering it, and then obviously started listening to Devil Wears Prada, Amberlyn, all the classics, all the hits, all the good ones. But the thing that actually got me into drumming in general, like actually pursuing it, was the drummer for Seoshin. His name's
Mhm.
Alex Rodriguez,
Okay.
and
He's really
my
good.
biggest- oh yeah, he's incredible, even to this day. And then one of my all-time biggest inspirations, I was like, you know what, I want to drum, I want to do it, I want to learn, was Neil Peart, God rest his
Mhm,
soul.
mhm.
I started listening to a lot of Rush, and after that, started wanting to get into metal. Bought my first pair of double kicks, and then
Yeah,
kind of took off after that.
That's awesome.
dude.
I'm very proud to say that I did get to see Rush's last tour, so I did get to see. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Jealous.
Great.
I am too. Yo, you said Shadows Fall, and I just thought about Jason Bittner and his D. I actually still have Jason Bittner's drum DVD. The instruction.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
That's
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
still to this day. I
But did
just.
you? But the
Huh?
question is, did you learn something from it?
Oh
See,
yeah,
that's the
absolutely.
question. Okay.
There you go.
That's all.
Yeah. So back in like the early 2000s, Tooth and Nail would send like CDs to different churches, right? I don't know if you remember
Nice.
that.
Wow.
And my church at the time, we didn't have a youth pastor, but all of these CDs were just stacking up in the office.
Mm.
And that's where I found Under Oath's Define the Great Line. And
Man, change your
and
life.
it absolutely changed my life.
That's cool.
And so I asked somebody, I was like, hey, can I burn this CD? And he was like, yeah, as long as you bring it back. I never brought it back. I still think that.
He stole
Yeah,
it.
so
He stole it from a youth group.
I know, ain't that as wild?
yeah, whoops. Yeah, and then so from Under Oath to like Devil Wears Prada,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of world that really made me want to play drums. I'm primarily a drummer. That's what I went to school for.
Yeah. Okay.
And I actually filled in for Divided Me on a show on drums
Nice.
a few years ago. Glad I don't play drums anymore. It's exhausting.
It sure is. It
Yeah.
sure is.
Yeah.
I don't have the stamina for that anymore. But yeah, so that was kind of my intro into kind of the scene and the community. So
who do you have? I mean, since you went to school for drums, what drummer is like your inspiration that you're really like, man, that's amazing?
I want to say Aaron Gillespie.
Okay.
I mean, like technique wise, he's kind of iffy, right?
Yeah.
But then I got into, you know, like in school and like college, I got into like jazz. I was in like the jazz trio
Okay.
and stuff. I'm blanking on any jazz drummers right now. I
Buddy
haven't thought about
Rich.
drums
How
in
about that?
so
Buddy
long.
Rich. What about Dave
Buddy
Weckl?
Rich?
Yeah.
Dave Weckl, maybe?
Benny Greb,
Yeah.
all those kinds of guys. So
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Omar Hakeem? I don't know.
I just I've seen Under Oath 5 or 6 times, and they never disappoint. They're just so amazing live. And I saw their last tour. They purposely played smaller venues to pack them out. They sold out. And there's another magazine, a local guy I know. He owns a Soundlink magazine, so I got a press pass and I got to film like their first 3 songs. It was incredible. I'll send you a link so you can see the video. It was
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
so good, so good.
yeah, they came
All
to
right.
Lubbock.
We actually all 3 went.
We just
Nice.
all shows to go see them. Yeah.
Was this their last tour you're talking about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is just like
awesome.
Like
Warped Tour.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the same tour I saw. Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then like the next week, I think it was the next week, I got to see, which was my first time seeing Maylene and the Sons of Disaster came through.
Mm.
Incredible. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, so let's switch and just talk about some of this music, yo. So
yeah,
like listening to it, I had like so many observations. So let's just start with just the breakdown of the EPs and the singles and stuff. As far as recording is concerned, what made you all decide, let's put out some music, and like what was the songwriting process like?
I know that would be all me. Spencer could help with that, but he's not here because Geo and Clay actually came after we
Okay.
had written this EP.
Okay.
But no, we were extremely just blessed all the way around. First of all, for me as a vocalist, so I'm pretty sure y'all all know who Zana is. Susie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that one. Yes.
Susie Manson, yeah. So she was my vocal coach, and I was like, hey, like we really want to go and record, and we really want to like we just we don't even know like who to go to. And she was like, girl, I got you. Don't even worry about it. So she introduced us to Corey Brunneman in San Antonio. And
Okay.
he really like took our vision of what we wanted and made it so much more than we could ever thought it could be possible. And then Susie herself, like she went in the studio with me. She coached me through that EP. Like the way I
Wow.
sound is all because like sure, like I did the work and it was hard work, but man, like she was by the sidelines, like coaching me through it. She um, helped with the writing process as well.
Cool.
And so that was also really fun. Like she was heavily involved. And so really having Corey and Susie's minds, like it was an incredible experience to really like go to the next level of our writing.
That's so good. Yeah, I have a friend that books on here in South Carolina, and he's like, she was just the coolest, down to earth person, genuine. And so that's awesome. Maybe we can get another show for her here. Bring y'all with her.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I
So
love that because we did Blind together. Like she featured
that,
on Blind. So and we have
yeah,
never performed that live together. So I would always
oh,
I
that
would
would
always
be
be up to do that.
that would be really cool. So how did y'all get in touch with her? How did that work out? And then how was it working on that song together?
Oh my goodness. So reaching out to her, so we actually did I don't think um it's not I don't think it's a festival anymore, but it was Sound for the Crown in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it was in 2022
Yeah.
is when it was. And so but anyways, she was there and we kind of like talked and we were just talking and then I was like, "Man, yeah, you do like vocal coaching?" And she said, "Absolutely." And then like the next week I hit her up and I was like, "Hey girl," she said, "I've been waiting for you to message me the moment we
Nice.
met."
Nice.
And
Really
so
cool.
sorry, we're just gonna make sure on our end that things are good. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And so but no, doing Blind, so we wrote Blind. I did all the vocals for it and we were just kind of stuck on like what to do with it. And then she just reached out to me and she was like, "What if I feature on it?" And I was like, I don't even have to think about that. Absolutely. I would love for you to feature on it." And
Yeah.
so like we went back in the studio and we hammered that thing out and it was so much fun to do. And then even doing the music video, because there's a music video for it. And we flew her down here and I got to spend a weekend with her and
Nice.
she's
Oh,
such a genuine person and just like just wants everybody to thrive. And so yeah, it's great.
that's so good.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. Well, I tell you what, you definitely sound amazing vocally. Like of all the things I do, this is a fun fact. Of all the things I do, vocal production is my favorite. Vocal production and vocal arrangement, and that's where, like I said, perfect pitch can be a blessing or a curse. And
Hmm.
when you're vocal producing, it's like there's been some cringy moments, but I will say, like listening to you,
Yeah.
absolute thumbs up. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I think another thing that I just another thing that I've observed listening to your music is just the diverse influences. I think the music sounds really modern. I have a couple of maybe comparisons I can make. Not necessarily to any one band. It's almost, obviously with almost any female singers, everybody's gonna make some kind of evanescence comparison for sure.
That was coming.
Right. Of
Yeah,
course,
I've been told that actually a lot.
Or Flyleaf.
or
Or
Hey,
Flyleaf.
Flyleaf.
I'll
Yes,
take it. I'll
absolutely.
take
I'll
it.
take
Flyleaf
it.
was,
Maybe.
yeah. I mean,
Yo.
Lacey, I mean, goodness, she's been an inspiration since day one as well.
So
So,
she's so
yeah.
good.
I just got to see them for the first time too, and
Oh
again,
Yes,
man.
I did too. I went to
so good.
Dallas
One
and
of
it
my
was
Yeah,
great.
was
favorite.
Did Heal the Hurt play that show, or they may have just been the Atlanta?
No,
Um,
no,
I
I
think
was
I
so
think because
sad.
they're from Atlanta, so they must have only been on that show.
Shout out to Heal the Hurt for sure. But yeah, like
Yeah.
I think one thing that I really noticed besides like the just the female metal vocals is that a couple of songs were definitely you all tuned down to like A flat. That's like something I think I said something about that earlier. First of all, that's like a really low. Okay, so guitar wise, like what kind of string guitars y'all using? Like how many strings is the biggest guitar y'all got?
For guitar?
Retard. I think it's a 5-string.
No.
No,
Oh, so Spencer plays a 7-string.
7, okay.
Forget what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
I'm just the vocalist.
Right. So yes, so dang, so
don't listen to her.
so that's a 7-string, and then tune it down to A flat from there, maybe.
So we have 2 different tunings for the EP. So we do an F sharp,
Mm-hmm.
and then we do what is it? G sharp.
Yeah.
G sharp. Yeah.
Yeah. G sharp, A flat, same thing. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
But yeah, so Spencer plays a 7-string. I currently play a 4-string dingwall.
Okay.
So it lets me kind of get those lower notes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, I think it's great. Usually, like that kind of low tuning happens like especially like with the modern influence and stuff. Like you hear that with like groups like Sugar and Periphery, stuff like that. So hearing it with you all was really cool. It was a little different than say some of the other, Evanescence could never. First of all, like.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, on that note, I know like your website and all says you're basically in the category of metalcore. That I guess is that how you define your music? I don't hear as much metalcore in some of the songs. I hear more guitar driven songs.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose or did it just kind of develop that way?
As far as the style goes, I mean, that's something that it's genre dependency. I mean, it really depends on it's kind of, I mean, in a way it's kind of subjective. Somebody will say that, one band sounds more metal or more core or more it really just depends.
Yeah, sure.
As far, I will say, as far as the music that is written right now and kind of the stuff that we're working on currently, because we're in the process of writing some new stuff, that to me, well, I don't know how, I mean, I'm sure everybody has their own opinions about it, but me personally, the style in that of itself, metalcore, has been kind of what I've always wanted to play and kind of the band that I've always wanted to be involved in.
Okay.
And just because that genre, whether it be because of the bands that are in it or just what the instruments sound like and what you play, it's always been kind of my bread and butter. As far as this is the style that I want to play, or this is what I want to sound like. Pick and choose whatever metalcore band you want to pick. But as far as what's written now, or at least in my opinion, obviously, because I came in after everything was written, but obviously everything that is written, I love playing it. I love the way it sounds. I'm a little biased,
Okay.
But as far as what everyone plays, as far as the group of musicians that I've been blessed to be, be in a band with, as far as the core aspect of it, to answer your question, it is kind of dependent, but depending on who you ask, obviously, if you were to ask me, it's like, oh, does it sound more metalcore to you? It does, but obviously there's a bit of a blend in genres whenever it comes to softer songs, heavier songs, and that.
Mhm.
And that's enjoyable. I think that's enjoyable
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hear a lot
I
of
agree.
electronic and industrial kind of influences also.
Yes.
in music.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that when we for us, like for me who did the EP, I think we just thought that metalcore fit it best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we were like, we'll do
Well,
it.
there's so many people make up stuff, and there's so many subgenres. To your point, like how do you know what
Exactly.
is what? I've heard
Yep.
there's now they're calling one of them crabcore.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah, that's been around since Attack. I feel you on that. Yeah.
There's a beauty core. It's like I can't keep up. Like
Glam
it's just-
core. There's all that's
it's metal.
Yes.
Okay, it's rock and roll, metal, whatever.
yeah.
So that's awesome. Jay, did you have any more musical questions?
You know what? Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I definitely want to. We could move on now to the just the content of the albums, lyrically and just songs
Yeah.
overall. Sure,
Mhm.
you know, yeah, that's
Uh,
I was gonna say, look, being a Christian band and you know, just talking about the music, everybody wants to know. Not everybody, but a lot of people want to know
Yeah.
about the lyrical content. How many times you say Jesus on this album?
Right.
JPM. Jesus beats per minute, baby.
I'm tripping. No.
Yeah.
No, we love Jesus. Jesus is
Yes.
amazing, But yeah, did you? I will say, sometimes just as a Christian band, and we've talked to different Christian bands about this subject and maybe approaching it from different ways. But did you ever like when you have written music, do you ever feel the pressure that'll be like, okay, we have to make sure this content has a certain amount of religious references or Bible verses or whatever.
I I think yes and no,
Hmm.
because I think all of our music that we have um like has reference to it.
Hmm.
But I don't think, like, honestly, like, I feel like this album was so easy to write because we had just been waiting to write for so long.
Hmm.
Mm,
And like there are certain like topics that we actually do want to hit on, like with I'll say like the old Divided Me crew minus Spencer, because we are like newly developed.
yeah.
We used to have a harsh vocalist and a whole new drummer and a whole new bassist. Like it used to be like a whole different sound, a whole different band. And with that band, we used like our platform to not only glorify the Lord, but we really want, like, our drummer really wrote a lot of those songs. Not this, like on this album, yes, he did, but the old stuff. But his heart was really for suicide and for those who really feel alone, because he
Yeah.
really dealt with that a lot. For this album, Tarnished, we still wanted to still honor that moving
Hmm.
forward, but my heart as now like the lead vocalist, I work in a field. I have for the past 8 years of dealing with child abuse, and
Mm,
so I was like, I am really, the Lord really put it on my heart, like, hey, like, people don't talk about this, let's
yeah.
talk about it. And
Absolutely.
churches really, like, I like churches don't want to talk about that stuff either. And so when we get the opportunity, I really like do put it out there of like, hey, like, Unbound is 100% that song, you know? And then songs like Take Me Back and Bottomless and Tarnished and Mother of Eden, they're really songs about your faith. They really are. And then Blind is really like the end. And where are you going to be in the end? And
Yeah.
so, yeah. Sorry, did that
That's,
answer that
Yeah,
question?
no,
no,
yeah,
yeah.
no, that's totally fine. There are no wrong answers. Trust me on that.
No.
No.
So
Yeah.
if you're working in that field and people don't want to talk about it, and this gives you an outlet, I gotta
Yeah.
think this is somewhat therapeutic too.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you are bringing light to these very important issues that are should be near and dear to every Christian's heart, even though
Absolutely.
but all these self-harm, suicide, loneliness, child abuse, all these things. There are bands like you and Heal the Hurt and Small
Mhm.
Voice. There are bands out there that are bringing these things to people's attention, and
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
kudos to you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll add that I think about like a lot of secular metal, and especially the kind of stuff I grew up listening to for sure. We already talked about the Metallica and just even I would say anybody growing up in the '90s, yo, like the music was so depressing, like grunge. Oh my god. Like it's no surprise for sure that most of the people that did vocals in the popular grunge bands committed suicide or died of
Yeah.
drug overdoses. I mean, it was just right there. It was it was like this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
nobody was surprised, like for real. And I think that having the Christian perspective on this is very important for sure
Yeah.
because people do need to know there's hope. People need to know
Absolutely.
that there is a way out from um, both destructive habits and then also destructive thinking for sure.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And it's like, unfortunately, who in the audience, even at churches, have experienced those types of,
Mhm.
issues. And so really like letting them know, hey, like there is hope, and your hope has to be Jesus.
Yep.
That really is the only way how you're going to even survive out of it.
Hmm.
Like in
For
my
sure.
personal opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so much more steps to do that, but the ultimate savior is Jesus through that. And
That's
so
good.
That is so cool. Yeah, I think so. As a church worker, I've been working in churches for decades at this point, and it's like that's so important because a lot of times what I've seen is that people expect when you come to church, you get prayed over, maybe they pray and be like, okay, it's done in Jesus' name, and that's
right.
it. Sometimes you really do have to follow up, but also a lot of times there isn't space to discuss those issues, especially obviously
Yeah.
in a church service, especially. But sometimes churches don't have those follow up programs,
Right.
so that's
Yeah.
another reason why the music is important. And hopefully, just saying this, hopefully you all and some of the others that we've talked about can inspire some of these people in churches. Just in the same way that you all were getting, getting tooth and nail CDs back in the day at church. Hopefully, hopefully people can be inspired to do something to have support groups that are sponsored by
Yeah.
churches, man, because it's
Yeah.
it's needed.
Well, and like every time we do perform, sorry, Jeremy,
No,
were you
no,
gonna say
no, I'm
something?
good.
Okay, you're good.
Good.
So, every time we do perform, like in Amarillo and then in Lubbock, like we do a lot, but even when like we did Missouri last year,
Hmm.
and like anywhere we go, I will always make an announcement and do my research of like, hey, like actually like last year, this is how many children in your community, like
Mm,
this is a reality check of
Yeah.
how many
yeah.
children in your own personal community. And I always welcome anybody who we are able to talk to in the crowd of like, hey, if you're dealing with that, if you need someone to talk to, please. And I have actually have had people come up and be like, hey, like, this is what's happened, or what do I do? And
Wow.
I'm like, what a great ministry. Like what a
Yes.
great
Yes.
ministry, because a lot, like I said, like people don't want to talk about it. And
Hmm.
unfortunately it's more like a shh thing. And
Hmm.
I'm not about that. I'm like, it needs to be very upfront. It needs to be very everyone needs to be aware of it. And so that's why I'm very passionate about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you need.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's such a good
So,
thing.
so
Go ahead. Yeah,
yeah,
you're good.
if somebody's watching this right now and they're dealing with that or have dealt with it, what would you say to them?
So first, it does depend on the situation of which aspect of like knowing or yourself, right? But the first thing you must do is you must tell someone, and
Hmm.
you need to tell a trusted person. And I mean, if you're dealing with that, if it's like, because me, it's like the child abuse, make a report. You have
Yes,
to make a report, even if it's a family member, if it's somebody that you love, you have to make the report
that's right.
so the proper steps can be taken.
That's right.
And then and then if you're thinking about, be a trusted person too. Like if a child is talking to you, be that trusting person.
Hmm.
So talk about it, seek help, and you should go to your churches and to a trusted source and talk about that. And then I would absolutely talk about counseling.
Hmm.
If it's something that's present, go to the police station. Even if if you're an adult, like you have a right to have
Yes.
um justice for yourself.
Yes.
And so, so my very first thing is, hey, can I pray for you? That's how I respond. Let me pray for
That's
you,
good.
give you
Yeah.
peace. And then I just let them know, hey, you need to let someone know, either if it's yourself or if it's somebody else, you must speak up. That's like the number one thing. Speak up, go find a trusted somebody to talk about it. And then you therapy is going to be important. I know a lot of people don't. Therapy is important. And
Yes.
number one, lean into your community of faith, because that is Jesus. Like I said before, Jesus is the number one way how you are going to find that victory over such a darkness. And so really just relying on your Christian community to pull you out from whatever you're in. That's
That's
how
right.
I could potentially answer that right now.
No, that's great. That's that could be very helpful for somebody. I mean, we don't know. We never know when we put stuff like this out how God's going to
Right.
use it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Amen. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm for that. Like I said, I just think, wow, just so many people. It's a great time though. I mean, I wish that more of this existed back in the day, but I mean, God knows what
Sure.
He's doing in His time. Yeah, just thinking about all the stories, like I said, just working in churches. Wow, and a lot of people I've seen come forward lately. I would say maybe even since the Me Too movement.
Hmm.
That exploded so heavily, and so many people started coming out and saying things, and like I was floored in a lot of ways. Um, just because I think a lot of times people are taught to be silent to save face, you know what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
people hide to save face. Sometimes people transfer to save face. So yeah, yeah. But no, the people that are victims did not deserve what happened to them, or
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes there are evil people. Wheat and tares grow together, and then at some point it's time to cut them tares off.
Well, that's what the whole song Unbound is about. I mean,
Hmm.
we are really the whole entire first verse is about physical abuse. The second verse is about sexual abuse,
Hmm.
and then the chorus is really just saying, "Hey, like I do have a voice," but like in the in between the verses, if anybody catches like those small voices, it's actually the abuser talking to the victim.
Oh
Like
wow.
secret
Okay.
filled with lies, just lie. Like they're telling them, don't tell the
Hmm.
truth. You just lie. You just remain in that darkness and where what I'm doing with you. And absolutely not. And the in that breakdown, I'm like, get up, get out. Can you hear me now? So
Yeah. That's
I
awesome.
love Unbound. It's my favorite.
That is, yeah, that's a great song. I love it. Were you before you met Suzanne? Were you classically trained at all?
Oh, I was, yes, heavily. Yeah,
Nice.
I actually kind of didn't bring
That's
that up. But I, as Clay
yeah.
like brought up his college, I was like, I kind of didn't do that. Yeah, I
Well,
also
we
have a
we got
music
it
degree.
anyways. We
Yeah, you
we figured it
did.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a music business degree, and
Okay.
I was trained very opera. I'm like
Yeah.
that's all
Yeah.
I was trained to do was opera singing. Yeah.
That's there's not a lot of the great vocalists are classically trained. It's just a fact.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So how did she help you go from that to where you are now?
a complete brain switch because it
Okay.
as much as I love the classic way of singing, it actually singing wise it can be very helpful, obviously, like your
Yes.
breath
Sure.
support and how you carry yourself.
Hmm.
Screaming on the other hand, um
Hmm.
for me it like it really took me a little bit to be like, what do you mean, like what do you mean,
Yeah.
like where do I
Oh
feel
wow.
it? And she was like, no, you just got to do it. And I'm like, but where? Like like what? Like it
Yeah.
really was
Yeah.
like a huge brain like click. And then when I finally like was able to like feel confident in it really, and she was like, yeah, girl, like that's it. And I was like, okay, cool.
Nice.
Like I think for me, because the classic trains, it's like there's so much, setup, and like there still is. And like that's the thing, is that it's still very helpful singing. Like there's all these things that you have to take into account, but for me, like, it just made no sense to do that vocally and just with not ease, because it's not easy whatsoever, but it's just
Sure.
different. It's very different. So it took me a little bit longer to comprehend because of the classical training. I will say
Yeah.
that. But
Okay.
Susie got me through it. It was really just a
That's good.
lot of repetition and meeting with her and her
I,
brain switching.
yeah, that's good. I would say, you were talking about a comparison earlier, and listening to your screams specifically, I'm going to go with you. Do remind me some of Magdalene Rose. Have
Yay,
you?
that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I mean I hear some similarities there. I think it's great though. But
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
it's your own though.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the other thing she said. She said, don't try to sound like me. Don't try to sound like
Sure.
somebody else. You're
Yeah.
going to have to just be yourself. And that also is, even till this day, I'm like, no, because I want to sound like this person. But the reality of it is like, is I can try my best to sound like somebody, but I am
Yeah.
me. So I have to
Yeah.
develop my voice and
That's
what
right.
my scream is.
Yeah.
So
Now, does anybody else in the band do any background vocals or anything? No.
not yet.
You,
No,
no. We want them to.
I
Okay.
actually wouldn't mind. Like I'm always down for more vocals in a
Yeah.
song. So Gio can sing, and I think Clay can. I think he just hasn't shown us that he can.
I can.
I knew it.
Yes.
I won't at this moment, but I technically can.
Okay, I knew it. I knew it.
Oh,
Spencer,
I need.
like, I love him, but he cannot.
Oh man, I was just that's funny. I was about to see if we were gonna get some live crooning from Clay. Like, let's get some
I
crooning.
know, right? Like,
there you go.
Clay, do you only sing country?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
No.
No,
That's what-
so I grew up. This is kind of off track a little bit, but
You good?
There is no track.
okay. So I grew up in a town like 3 hours south of Amarillo called Big Spring, Texas.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's a very like country town. And growing up, I had like a pretty thick Southern accent. But in like junior high school, I got really into the band Alexis on Fire
Yeah.
from Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
for
I
sure.
watched like every interview that they ever put out, and then I kind of developed like a Canadian accent a little bit.
Yeah.
And so
So much for country now.
yeah, so it's like the Peppa Pig thing. Like kids have like a British accent now.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, so I've tried really hard to not have a Southern accent, and I mean I like
Yeah.
some country music, but
Yeah.
I do not sound like that. So
Okay. Well, when y'all record some new music, you'll just have to show us what you're talking about then.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we need country.
on that note, what do we've had an EP out for a year. What do we got on the horizon?
We are. Do you want to answer? Since I've talked a lot.
Yeah. So as far as new music is concerned, we are currently in the process of getting everything going. As far as new music, nothing concrete as of right now. Right now, it's mainly just putting out the ideas, getting the rough drafts. I'm just putting together drum tracks at the moment, and then kind of we have a little inspirational playlist that we listen to between all of us to kind of,
Okay.
oh, this is where our headspace is at. This is what we're listening
and
to.
what's on this list?
Oh man,
It's not a proprietary secret, is it?
Oh no. It's just a bunch of bands it's a bunch of bands that I like. For example, a few bands that I've been listening to a lot have been so this band called Before I Turn. They just put out a new album recently. Been listening to that quite a bit.
I have not heard of this. Okay.
Oh, Before I Turn, listen to them. They are incredible.
I will.
I love them. They're great. Been listening to them. I don't know. There's a bunch. I'm over here. I'm trying to think of the inspirational playlist, and I can't think of it. Shioru, Indighost. I don't know. There's a lot on there. It's a huge.
I mean, we have
like Fit for a King, Wage War, things like that.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, we have a little playlist that we've got, like whatever headspace we're at while we're listening to it. Maybe we can draw some inspiration from some from different songs, different artists, things like that. As of right now, we've roughly got around maybe 3 demos that we're kind of throwing around at the moment. The plan is to have a new, I don't know, maybe 8 songs to write another EP. Hopefully sometime next year is what we're hoping. Yeah,
what we're aiming for.
Yeah, we don't want to wait too long.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now I got to look at this playlist, man. I feel foolish. I'm like, I've been listening to this playlist for like months.
Look at your phone.
It's
my
all
God.
good. It's all
Put
good.
it on
I'll
the
put you on the
spot,
spot.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
It's gonna bother me now.
Well, I love asking these questions about, what are you listening to and stuff. We've discovered new music,
We sure have.
for
Absolutely.
sure.
Oh,
There's-
volumes.
Oh yeah, you know what? Here, I'm just gonna give you a few since I've got it
let's
now.
go.
Let's
Yeah,
Let me
let's
give you
go.
a few. Let me give you a few. Okay, so What Lies Below was one that I was listening to quite a bit. Make Them Suffer. Deanne actually put me onto them. I hadn't
Yeah.
really listened to them too much, but they're really good. Era,
Mhm. Yeah, I've heard.
Dayseeker,
I've heard of them.
Novelists, Gore, Wage War. There's Wage War.
The Wage
Shioru.
War was huge on Metal Injection. Not Metal
yeah.
Injection, Liquid Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Before I Turn, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 of their songs back to back.
Okay.
Listen, they're incredible. I love them. More Novelists, Indigos, Novara, Nyx, which that's just a bunch of different ones, a bunch of different
Dude.
bands. And that's kind of what
That's cool.
we're doing right now, just drawing inspiration from everywhere that we can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
where we're at right now.
I don't know most of those bands, so that's pretty
Mhm.
rad though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you don't, I'll hook you up with a list later on, brother. Don't
Yeah,
you
yeah,
worry
man.
about that.
Yeah, get them
Yeah.
together, man. I know some of the bands. I don't know all of them, so I'm always down too.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's also that's also a good kind of thing to do. Obviously, there's so much music out there. This
Oh, yeah.
perfect example. There's a band that you may have been listening to for years, or that you've been listening to for 5 minutes. Someone might not even know them, or
For sure.
someone might not have
Yeah.
ever heard of them. So that is one uniquely special thing about new music for us, whether it be new music that we're writing or new music that we're sharing with each other, or whatever the case may be. That's that's pretty cool. So I do like that.
Well, what does Clay listen to? We got to hear from Clay.
Clay, what do you listen to, brother?
Gosh.
A little bit of everything.
Pretty much.
Waterfalls.
A
No.
lot of like Knocked Loose, Lorna
Yeah,
Shore.
Kentucky Heroes, yo. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Kentucky. Actually, Knock Loose. I'm not super familiar with them, but they have come up in our interviews quite often.
Oh
Actually.
yeah, I love Knock Loose.
Yeah.
You know what?
They're
Here's a
a
fun
great
fact.
band.
I was almost in a
It's one
Knock
of
Loose
them.
video.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
they
you ought to
did a
make you ought to
Jimmy
make
Kimmel.
that happen then.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, they
What
did
happened was I didn't feel like being pushed around all videos, so I was like, I'm gonna just pass. on that.
Yeah, they did a Jimmy Kimmel performance, which
Yeah,
was
that's legendary.
nuts.
Yeah.
What else have I been listening to? Mostly just like heavier stuff.
Hmm.
Filth.
Oh yeah, it's super heavy.
Yeah.
One is about as heavy as it gets.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I have currently been listening to.
Okay.
A lot of Alexis on Fire as well. I always have them in rotation. And City and Color. So
All right, cool. So I actually have a question about live shows. This may be I don't think I've asked this one yet, but I think about like metal shows and just the diversity of crowds and even crowd reactions to stuff. I mean, some of the most extreme metal shows that I've been to, like Necrophagist, people actually just kind of stand around. They want to hear the music because it's like technical and they want to make sure they don't miss anything. I got I got a sheet music story about a Necrophagist show, but I might tell that off camera. But
Cool. Okay.
it was a cool thing though. But yeah, and some other stuff. And then some other shows like Sepultura. I'm trying to think about shows I saw recently. Sepultura. Oh god, their shows were just absolutely.
I bet that was a
The
good
pit
one.
was
Yeah,
insane, and
Golly.
a lot of people were at that show when I saw them in Nashville a couple months ago. The pit was insane. So for you all, what are your crowds like?
Energetic. I mean, I think with our set, we've been playing just the EP from start to finish.
Mhm.
And so, man, we start off pretty heavy and then we end pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And so I think when we first start, people are like oh, I like was not expecting that. And then also when we end, they're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that, because it would be Unbound and Blind would be the top two. And then
Okay.
but I think with like Take Me Back is, I don't know, like we have some like Take Me Back and Tarnished are kind of like chill songs, and
Hmm.
then after that we have Mother of Eden, in which I actually encourage the crowd to dance, because I'm like, I like to dance, y'all dance, and we dance.
Nice.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think our
cool.
crowd, I think, and then Bottomless is just Bottomless is actually a fan favorite. They love Bottomless.
Okay.
It's actually one of my
Oh,
top
really?
favorites too. But yeah, I love it. But what y'all say? Like they're pretty interactive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We have mosh pits going. We have people jumping. We wave arms. I mean, they're very receptive to what we do.
Cool. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that for y'all.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
All right. So, uh, what is and all three of you can answer this. What is one of your one or two most favorite live shows that you've been to?
like we play,
No, that you've
or just like,
attended.
oh my
Yeah.
goodness gracious, how in the world?
I know,
Okay.
right?
Okay, well, I will say my top one because I did just
Okay.
experience it. I never thought in a
Yeah.
million years I would ever even see Lacey Sturm like perform with Flyleaf, and so
That's so
she
cool.
was such an inspiration growing up in high school, and so
Yeah.
seeing her live was like a dream.
That's so good.
Honestly, I think Fit for a King. I'm gonna put two in one. Any Fit for a King song or show or Memphis Mayflower show I've been, they've killed it. Yeah, they're great. Yeah. So, and if y'all hear a child screaming, it's my daughter. I'm sorry. So
It's all good.
she's getting ready for bed, and she's not very happy about that. So
Oh.
Yeah. Totally
Oh.
understand it.
Yeah, so I probably have two. So Under Oath's my favorite band of all time,
Nice.
and I've only seen them twice.
That's awesome,
This
though.
past
Yeah.
time was probably my favorite performance.
Okay.
I saw them a few years ago in Oklahoma City with the band Loathe and
Not familiar with them.
Periphery. Yeah, Periphery was nuts. It's one of those like nobody in the crowd like did anything because they just wanted to like
Yeah.
watch and experience
That's,
what was
yeah.
happening.
Exactly. Yeah. That
Yeah.
was. Yeah. Love
That's
them.
one way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They're so good, man. I love them. I've seen them a few times too.
They're phenomenal. Second, so there used to be a festival in like the Midland, Odessa, Texas area called Rock the Desert.
Okay.
And when I was in probably high school, I saw Anne Berlin there,
What?
and it was nuts. And that's another reason why I kind of wanted to play drums, because their drummer, I forget what his name is. I know what his Instagram handle is, but I don't know Nate, maybe.
Mhm.
He has a coffee shop in like Tampa area, but
Okay. Cool. Wow. Nice.
yeah, those are probably my two favorites that I've seen. So
Love it.
That's cool. I seen Under Oath back like the Changing the Times. They're only chasing safety. I saw those tours, and they were really good. But one of the most memorable was I saw them on their. It was like their reunion tour. This was probably 10 years ago now, but it was the first time that they had played with all the members, original members, and it was just incredible. And this some instrumental metal band opened for them I'd never heard of, and they were amazing. And I bought their CD, and the CD just was not as good as the live show. Caspian,
Yeah.
that's who it was. Have you ever heard of Caspian?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was, and they blew me away opening that show. But anyways, go ahead.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do have two which is awesome. So one, I got to play. I mean, and that's kind of hard to narrow down, but I've got one, and one that I actually just went to just to go was whenever I saw August Burns Red and the Human Abstract.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I saw them here in Amarillo. That was one of the first times that I actually like got on stage and like jumped off and like it was crowd surfing,
That's awesome.
and it was wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first time that I'd ever seen August Burns Red live. And obviously
Okay.
since then I've seen them a few times, but that was the first one. And then the second time one of the greatest shows that I've ever played personally was old band that I was in. We got to open for the 3 touring acts were For All Those Sleeping, Veil of Maya, and Asking Alexandria. And
Okay.
we got to open that show. The reason why it was so incredible, it was because For All Those Sleeping, they were kind of the oddballs. They were kind of lighter. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Veil of Maya. If you haven't,
Vel Maya, is it?
yeah, Veil of
Yes.
Maya.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, they're probably they're one of, if not my favorite band of all time.
They're
That
really good. Yes, absolutely.
I love Veil of Maya. They're incredible. Um, Speaking of drumming, real quick, kind of side tangent, but their drummer Sam Applebaum is incredible. He's one of the best drummers out there currently, in my personal opinion.
Okay.
But that was one of the reasons why that show was so incredible. Asking Alexandria went on and they kind of bombed.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, the general consensus at the end of the night was that Veil of Maya should have headlined that show,
Mhm.
which unfortunately I am inclined to agree. But just as soon as they started playing the first song, the entire venue basically exploded.
Wow.
There wasn't a single person like that was standing still, which was awesome. There was water bottles getting thrown into the crowd. There was people crowd surfing. There was 2 or 3 pits going on in the
Wow. That's
venue
awesome.
all at the same time, and it was incredible. And the only thing that I could think of was, wow, this is great for 3 reasons. One, I'm getting to watch one of and open for one of my favorite bands. 2, it's us. It's not us having to drive somewhere. It's happening in Amarillo, Texas. And 3, and most importantly, my mom was there supporting, so she was watching her son go
Yes.
nuts.
That's
And she was
awesome.
having the time of her life, which was
That's
great.
really cool.
That's so
So yeah,
that's fun.
and my mom was also a huge Veil of Maya fan. I got her into them, so that was nice.
That's a cool mom right there. That's cool.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But yeah, those are my 2.
Love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I think time for the big 2. Or
Well,
big
yeah.
3 questions. Now it's time to drill y'all one time. No, I'm just
All right.
Just kidding.
of the happy stuff. Here comes the nitty gritty.
Oh man, you want to go first, Jim? Let's see.
Well, yeah. So tell us one thing about yourself that people watching this may not know.
Oh my goodness. I am the oldest of 5.
Okay.
I have a twin sister.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Does she sing?
I
Yeah,
didn't know you were the oldest of 5. I didn't know that.
I
either.
know.
Does she
Ah,
sing?
see?
Surprise.
Can-
You learned
can she
something new
impersonate you?
here.
There you go. I thought we were friends. No, I'm just kidding.
Does she impersonate you on stage sometime or whatever?
I'm so ashamed.
I grew up in a smaller town that's even more north than Amarillo called Borger, Texas. Um, I am married and in love with my husband that we have been together for 13 years total. Well, yeah, 11 years. I don't remember. Sorry. I'm on the spot. 11 years married. 11 years married. 13 years
That's
together total. We're there.
that's
Okay.
awesome.
It's been we've been together
Well,
for a
that,
long time. But 11
that's
years
awesome
married.
that you still like him and love him. That is
I
very
do.
good.
I do love him. Yeah, I do.
That is
That's
good.
cool.
You better keep
and
him.
yeah, absolutely. Best roadie and supporter ever.
Nice.
I have one baby girl. Yeah, and she's the joy of my life.
That's
And
awesome. What's her name?
her name is Bailey.
Bailey. Awesome.
Bailey, yeah. She's 2, so she's just learning about life, and it's a
Yeah.
little rough right now, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, the child teaches you a lot of patience, and
So
that's great.
you made me think of something. You said your husband's a good roadie, like helps you out and all. Have you ever
Yeah.
seen Ignescent? Have you ever seen them play?
No, I haven't had the opportunity to see them live. No.
Yeah, I've got to see him a couple times. Jennifer, her husband, is their roadie. he does their videographer. He's booking. He does a lot. That's so
all
cool.
the things.
Yeah, you got to have
Yeah.
that support though. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the best merch guy that we have, so he'll make sure everything's ready to go. And
Wait. Is he the only merch guy you? If he's the best
sometimes
and the only, okay.
he
Nobody
might
else
be.
touched the
Clay's
merch.
wife helped
Nobody
one time,
else.
and then Gio's fiance helped us too. So,
Okay.
but,
All right.
yeah, we
cool.
got some good help, absolutely. But no, yeah, I am
That's
heavily
awesome.
involved in my church. I sing on the worship team. I help with the youth. Yeah, just well, I guess I'm a right coolish person, but I guess that's
Okay.
really all the things about me. Y'all have
Yeah.
already talked so much about what I do, so
That's all good.
yeah,
All right.
that's
Who
all
wants to
right.
go
I'm trying to
next?
think.
Clay.
Yeah,
Clay.
please
Clay, you
someone
want to tell
else
us
go.
something? Just tell us something about you that people watching may not know.
Um,
Not a very big talker.
there you go. That's my one thing. Just kidding. No. So I've been married for 10 years.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
Heck, you knew.
well, it's in like an even thing, so it's pretty easy to know. I have a 7-year-old son named Rowan.
Cool.
He is nuts. Gosh, I don't know. So yeah, so like I said before, I'm from Big Spring, Texas, and there's a couple famous that I know from Big Spring, Texas. One
Okay.
is Ryan Tannehill. He was an NFL quarterback, played for the Dolphins, and then he played for the Titans.
Cool.
So cool.
And then I grew up with Cody Carnes. Went to the same
I've heard of
church. Yeah, big worship guy.
Yeah. I've heard the name.
Yeah. I have 3 dogs for some reason.
For some
For some reason.
Yeah. So before my wife and I got married, she had a Pomeranian. And then that was like her dog. And then we got my dog, which was a Border Collie Blue Heeler mix.
Okay.
She is so unintelligent. It's insane. And then we have a mini Bernedoodle, so Bernie's Mountain Dog poodle. But there's absolutely nothing mini about this dog. He's like this tall off the ground.
Oh my goodness.
And my wife's best friend has his brother, and he's a mini. He's like this tall. But for some reason, mine just got the dumb genetics. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Alrighty. So well, I mean, as far as a couple of things, I mean, I don't know. It really depends on who sees this, obviously. But one thing that you might not know, whenever you either listen to me talk or whatever, English actually isn't my first language. It's Spanish.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I'm actually fluent in both, which is
Really cool.
people like that. I guess I don't know. He's like, you're Hispanic? What? What, bro? Yeah.
What, bro?
Definitely. I'm actually not even originally from Texas. I'm from California, unfortunately. But I've been in Texas now longer than I lived in California.
Yeah.
Definitely loving it here. Lived a lot of life here. Got to do a lot of fun things here. Got to be in bands. Got to build my relationship with God in Texas. Got engaged in Texas with to my beautiful fiance Anne. Love you. And I get to do this. I get to do music, which has been great.
Yeah.
And then those are the big hitters. Other than me being a tall dude, I'm 6'4", and everyone thinks I'm mean and scary, but I'm actually a big teddy bear. I want everybody to know that I'm not scary.
All twice
I'm
in
not
like 2
scary.
minutes.
I am not scary. Big softy. And Creed is one of the best bands of all time. I want everybody to know that. I'm glad they're making a comeback. I want this on record. Heck yeah, they're doing it big right now. They're selling out. They're selling out cruises and shows, and I was supposed to go see
Yeah,
them,
who
but I
did
couldn't
they?
because my work sucks.
They
But
toured
you know,
with
it is what it is.
somebody. Yeah, I remember seeing that now. It was like, who was it? Collective Soul or something?
Oh
I
yeah, they're
think.
on huge tours right now. Yeah, they're on
Yeah.
tour. They were been on tour like Three Doors Down and
I will say,
I don't know a
Scott
bunch of huge
Stapp's
bands.
last album, his solo album, is actually really pretty
It's
good.
incredible, is what it was. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
100%.
I didn't know what to expect, and I listened to some of the music, and I was like, this is really good.
Oh yeah, I'm
So,
derailing anything that I can in order to to advance the Creed agenda. Okay, I was here since sixth grade before it was cool. All right, yeah,
there's
that's
all
all I got.
there's always the tagline, Creed better than Nickelback. I mean, you can't go wrong
There we
there.
go. Absolutely. That's funny. Well, cool. Here's my last question, and that is, what's your favorite thing about being a Christian?
Man, your favorite thing about being a Christian?
Hmm.
Well, knowing Jesus is probably my favorite. Um, walking with him. I mean, to not know him is not living, in my opinion. And
Mm,
so, I mean, that's probably my favorite thing is knowing him. And really, I guess, well, is it just one answer? Because then that would be my answer.
yeah, yeah.
Because I
No,
can
absolutely.
extend it, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
I mean, there's so much I can be grateful for being a Christian, knowing Jesus, and then like I said, I do serve on my worship team at my church, and so like I'm able to minister through music through my church, and then also through this band, and so I
yeah.
feel like God gave me that talent to do that, and so I'm just extremely blessed. So that's my answer. Here, you go
That's
next.
awesome.
So, all right, here, you take it. You take it.
Yeah.
I think for me, my favorite thing about being a Christian or being involved in the faith or having any type of relationship with Christ is probably the not just the hope, but kind of the redemption aspect of everything, but mainly the hope. It's super easy to get sucked into the negativity of the world, and I mean, obviously, that's the easiest thing to do for anybody. I would assume for any of us, for anybody listening or watching, it's super easy to get sucked into the negativity of the world
Hmm.
because there's so much of it. Because we have to go out there and deal with it every single day. But regardless of however negative it gets out there with whatever it is that's going on out there, whether geopolitical, whatever, pick and choose. Make X whatever it is that you want. Essentially, my favorite thing about being in my walk or being involved in it is that there, regardless of whatever negativity, whatever's going on out there, whatever is going on in your life or the people
Mm,
around you, the world, whatever, there is hope in Christ, and that's guaranteed. That isn't a
yeah.
it could happen, or maybe if you believe hard enough, it's like no, that's it. That is guaranteed. As soon as you're out there, you believe it, you have faith in it, and you put your heart and soul into that relationship. That hope's already been bought and paid for. You're there.
Yeah.
Regardless of however worthy or unworthy you think that you are, there is hope. That's my favorite thing about it, is that forever, for all of us, regardless of who you are, there is hope, and that's my favorite thing
That's
about
good.
I love it.
Amen, brother.
Yes, sir. Preach.
it.
Yep.
Church.
Hmm.
My favorite thing, probably perfection isn't required.
Mm.
We're talking about preach.
Dude, stop talking here. Everybody goes through trying seasons. Whether that be like, personal, financial, whatever. The one thing that always remains constant is, you know, God is there. He loves you. So yeah, that's it.
I love it. You know what? First of all, I appreciate all your answers. I actually did have like one more question because when I first, like when Jimmy first talked about doing this interview, and I saw the name Divided Me, it I thought about three different things. I'm not even gonna go into those right now. I'm gonna let you all talk about what the name means to you all, and then after that, we'll be
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, go for it, D. What does the name mean?
I'm like, I wasn't even there when the name was brought up.
Nice.
So, you know, I think I remember asking back when,
Mhm.
and I guess I don't, and maybe it really doesn't matter why they brought it up, because it really is what I think of it, right?
Mhm.
And so, Divided Me, I think that for me, for the band, um, you know, one, I feel like we're all forced just to be like this one individual. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to express really how you feel, and you could be feeling this way, that way, whatever. But the world is telling you, you know, don't worry about how you're feeling. You just need to remain this one. And really, I feel like it could be an attack, or, the evil one saying, hey, like, you need to remain within yourself. And you don't have any talents. You don't have any purpose on this earth.
Mhm.
For me, it's divided me. Me with Christ, I can go out and be divided to spread the word.
Mhm. Cool.
So that is my answer.
Very. Hey,
No,
I'm with it.
Yeah.
like he said earlier, no wrong answer. That's
No
good.
wrong
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. I don't think I'm like, these guys just came in. Sorry. Like, I don't know what the band means to y'all, but that's what divided me means to me. Like,
Right. You divided answers.
we like we can't.
Ah,
That was so good. My goodness. Like
But it,
we are in a constant fight, and we
right.
can't win the
Right.
battle. Like we can only win the battle with Jesus, but also, like, why not come together as a full army and be together as brothers and sisters in Christ and go out.
Mhm.
So that
yeah.
is my answer.
Cool.
That's
I'm
Yeah.
with
good.
it.
Does anybody else want to answer,
Well,
or are y'all able to answer? Okay, I think that's it.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
Learn the
Thank
name,
you.
so
so
Thank you for that.
so tell us, what can the Christian metal community do to help support Divided Me?
um, Follow us, like us, pray for us. I really think that, to be completely honest, like, the whole generation of pushing for, like, on social media, like, that is so not my forte whatsoever. And so it is so
Right.
hard. It is so hard.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I I just it's so hard to get yourself out there, because it's like, um and I actually talked to, oh my goodness, Kill the Hurt singer. What's his name? No,
um.
Tanner. No,
No.
Trent. Trevor.
Trevor. Trevor Tyson.
Love you, Trevor, so much, Trevor.
He's a good. He's
But
a good dude.
he's the best. But I reached out to him because and I looked up to Michael of Convictions, because I was like, guys, like, I really, like, I love what y'all do, and I love y'all's outreach too. And I was like, what can we do? And they gave us such good pointers. And
Yeah.
so we just try to do that. But honestly, like, listen to our music, spread our music, spread our awareness. I mean, we want people to speak up. That's the whole point. We want people to speak up about what we're passionate about, but also about the Lord God Almighty. And so, and anybody else have anything else to add?
Pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much.
I mean, we're on Apple Music, we're on Spotify, we're on all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Sure
I mean,
thing.
we're on all the things. So just follow us, and then yeah, that'd be great. Come see
Absolutely.
us at a
That's
live
awesome.
show so we can come say hi, and
Yeah.
thank you
Very good.
for being a follower. Yeah.
Hopefully very soon
Yeah.
for sure.
That's awesome. And we will be sharing your music in the Christian Metal Facebook group as well. So, well,
Awesome.
thank you. And this has been great. Thank you for your
Yes,
time.
absolutely. Thank you all. We do.
Yes, thank y'all both so much.
Yeah,
It's been
appreciate
a
y'all.
great